clear.
Hello, I really hoped you liked that video of the Texas Titan. I really hoped you liked that video of the Texas Titan. So I showed you that because a roller coaster is like the perfect way to explain potential and kinetic energy, which is the unit that we're starting right now. I could bet you could tell a little bit about that from yesterday. Bill Nye, the Science Guy, Force in Motion. That's what we're talking about here. So the first word in our vocabulary list is energy, and energy is the ability to do work or cause change. So the two main types of energy that we're going to be talking about are potential energy, which is energy that is stored, and kinetic energy, which is the energy of motion. To understand more about both of those different types of energy, we're going to talk about position because that's pretty important with both of those. And position is the area occupied by an object. A force is also pretty important whenever we're talking about energy, potential and kinetic energy. And a force is a push or a pull on an object. So there are two different types of forces. One of them is balanced forces, and a balanced force is a force on an object that do not change the motion of the object. So you could think of like a tug of rope. If you were, tug of war. If you were playing tug of war and two people were pulling with exactly the same amount of strength and weight and mass from either side, the rope's not going anywhere. Everybody's just staying still, though they're pulling with everything they can. That means that that force is balanced because they're not moving one direction or the other. Now, the same way, only a little bit different, is an unbalanced force. So say you're playing tug of war and you have one person on either side and you're staying still, that's a balanced force. Well, now you have a friend that comes and joins this man on this side. So now all of a sudden, the rope is moving that direction. So once it starts moving, now we have an unbalanced force. And an unbalanced force are forces on an object that cause change in the motion of the object. So whenever we're talking about causing change in the motion of an object, motion is a change in an object's position. So we learned what position was, and now we know what motion is. So when something is changing position, that is motion. So if something is in motion, chances are it's moving one direction or another. My light's going off on me. And direction is the path an object is moving or facing. So friction is a resistance to move when two surfaces rub against each other. An example would be rubbing your hands together. Or say you're trying to push a heavy box across the floor or maybe carpet or something. The friction of the box and the floor might make it harder for you to push something. So the last word we're going to talk about is an inclined plane. So speaking of pushing something, an inclined plane is a simple machine that slopes at an angle to make work easier. So if you had a big heavy box and you had to push it up those stairs, if you had to push it up the stairs, it might be kind of hard. But if you had a ramp, you could push that box right up the ramp, right? You can think about ramps. They're all over the place. Maybe wheelchair ramps on sidewalks, going up and down stairs. Those stairs are a ramp because they're going up at an angle. Could you imagine if you were standing on the ground floor of our school here and had to just jump straight up to the second floor without the stairs? That would be impossible. Be crazy. So we've got them stairs going up and we walk up the stairs to get to the second floor. Stairs are another form of an inclined plane. Y'all are amazing. I hope this helps. Go ahead and answer fill in the blanks on your assignment.